Today, we're going to show you the differences between Carmel Valley and Rancho Penasquitos.
That's right. So I'm Courtney Solis, this is Bern McGovern, and we are both real estate agents here, and we work very often in these two neighborhoods. So today we're going to give you a little bit of insight as to how they're different and how they're the same.
And it's going to start right now. So Rancho Peñasquitos is located about 7 miles from the coast. It has a population of about 52,000 people, and it runs from about Camino del Sur all the way to the 15 freeway.
All right, so we're standing here above the beautiful facilities of Westview High School, which is here in 92129 or PQ zip code. This is a really highly ranked school, a public high school in top 20 of all of the state of California, which is really impressive. And you can see their numbers and statistics on a website like greatschools.org or niche.com. You can see how well they score. It's pretty impressive. And it should be said that this is one of the newer facilities
Probably the newest.
In this zip code.
2005.
2005, so it's almost 20 years old, and that's our newest facility. Most of the other schools in this area are a little bit older, built in the 70s and 80s, I would say.
Westview is only 19 years old, and it's in excellent
It's
shape,
in great condition, and they keep making improvements as well. They're just about to start a $12 million addition here, which will be a STEM and robotics research lab, engineering, which will have multiple uses here. So,
and these are all part of the Poway Unified School District, which is rated one of the best school districts in all of San Diego, and actually California as a whole.
In general,
so if you're big into education, Penasquitos is a very good place to check out.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to talk about outdoors and recreation and amenities here in Rancho Peñasquitos. So Rancho Peñasquitos has 2 rec centers. We're at actually one of them right now. This is Hilltop Park and Recreation Center. We also have Canyonside Recreation Center, is where we do most of our little league games. And
softball, baseball.
My daughter does gymnastics over there. So a lot of places
tennis courts.
Do activities there. There's also lots of canyons actually right off of Canyonside Park. Even over here you have Black Mountain, which is right up above us here somewhere.
You can hike to the top of Black Mountain for an amazing view, or if you're over by Canyonside Park, that connects you to Peñasquitos Canyon, where there's tons of hiking.
Tons of hiking, miles and miles of hiking.
That's where the PQ waterfall is.
Which is very cool.
That's got, I forget how many acres. You have to go watch our other video.
There's a lot of acres.
Yeah,
I can't
a lot
remember the
of
exact
acres.
number.
That's really beautiful too, and that's a preserve, so it's untouched, full of mountain biking trails, hiking trails, wildlife, animals.
Yeah, I just saw a bobcat walking by my house the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. So you will get a little critters running around, coyotes, bobcats, the very occasional mountain lion that we've heard here. Not often, but you hear it. And then obviously snakes. So, so just keep an eye out for wildlife, because we are next to a lot of canyons and preserves and that sort of thing.
Nice playgrounds. Obviously there's covered pavilions, open park space. Some of these we have soccer fields. We have cricket over at Canyonside. I will say there are no community pools in PQ. There's no public community pool where you could just go and do a day pass.
We do have the YMCA, which they do have pools at, but that's probably pretty much the only one.
Yeah, and you either have to be a YMCA member or you have to adhere to different sort of a timeline there, when you're allowed to get in and swim.
Yeah, but overall, this is a really good place to, if you like the outdoors, you're definitely gonna like Rancho Peñasquitos.
Yeah, some great parks.
And our kids and our families spend tons of times at each of these places. All right, so now let's talk about shopping, dining, coffee options here in Rancho Peñasquitos.
Right, so we're in the Rancho Peñasquitos Town Center, which is the main shopping area for 92129. We've got an anchor grocery store here, but we're missing Trader Joe's or Sprouts type
or Whole Foods.
Or Whole Foods, exactly. It's got your banks, your little boutiques.
Your essentials.
Your essentials, it does. And it's more fast casual dining, I would say. Nothing that's really a maybe sit down date night vibe.
Sure, unless you want to go to Naughty Barrel for a date night, which I actually kind of prefer
love
sometimes.
That, yeah. And as far as your big box stores, we actually don't have those in 92129, but they are really close by. So we've got a Target and a Costco not too far away, and closer, I would say, than Carmel Valley does.
Yeah, Carmel Valley doesn't actually have a lot very close to as far as the big box stores go. So that is the big difference between Peñasquitos and Carmel Valley.
Yeah. So as far as fitness centers go, or fitness options, we have F45 in Rancho Peñasquitos. We have 2 24-hour fitness centers. We have a studio bar and as well as the PQ YMCA, which of course has its own fitness center as well as swimming pools, lap pools, and a whole gymnastics sort of indoor gym setup. We are sitting in a neighborhood here in 92129 in Rancho Peñasquitos, and this is one of the newer neighborhoods, and this neighborhood was built in 2003. There is a small portion of space where they built some homes within the last 2 years. Those are probably the newest single-family homes.
56 homes.
The merged
and then
56
there was
homes.
a few homes built back in 2016, like the KB homes that were built off Carmel Mountain Road.
But the majority of the homes in PQ were built starting in about the 70s, and they were all closer. The further east you go, the older the homes are, because they were closer to the 15, which was the only freeway they had access to at the time when they first started building this neighborhood. The 56 freeway was not built off 56, I guess, was not built until 2005 actually. So before that it was just dirt roads to get you to the beach actually, or the coast. So I would say not a ton of newer construction here, and like I said, probably oldest homes around the 70s. And as far as price point for PQ?
Median home price here in 92129 for single family homes is $1.5 million, which might not sound super cheap, but compared to Carmel Valley, which we'll get to later, it sounds like a bargain. And if you're looking for townhomes or condos, expect to pay around $680,000 for a median home price.
Carmel Valley has 57,000 residents. It is located north and south off the 56 freeway, and the westernmost portions of Carmel Valley are only about 2 miles from the coastline.
All right, so now we're going to talk about parks, entertainment, activities here in 92130. We have 3 rec centers here in the 92130 zip code. So we're right outside the newest rec center in all of the 56 freeway, which is the Pacific Highlands Rec Center. And this one I think this was built about maybe 2-3 years ago.
Right, and this has a pump track, soccer fields, playground, basketball courts.
Pretty much everything.
A little mini skate park as well.
It's also walking distance to the Village Shopping Center right over here. It's also walking distance to a lot of schools over here. So very centrally located spot here. They also have the Carmel Valley Rec Center, which actually has the only public pool they have in 923.
That's right. And they are adding, still under construction, a brand new library.
Yes.
PQ also has a library, but this is going to be brand new, state-of-the-art, and very centrally located.
Yeah, it's right across the street from here where we are right now, and it looks really, really nice.
Yeah,
so
close to being finished.
If you like newer construction, then Pacific Highland Ranch, Carmel Valley might be a better option for you.
Yeah, as far as hiking and mountain biking, as we mentioned back in PQ, they also share that Peñasquitos Canyon, but there are fewer trailheads and access to the trails here when you are in Carmel Valley.
Yeah, you have to hike a little bit farther just to get to the hiking trails.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the schools in Carmel Valley. What do we got?
So the schools in Carmel Valley, first of all, I should say they are part of the San Dieguito School District, and they are really impressive. Based on scores and numbers on niche.com and greatschools.com, you can see these schools rank very highly. 2 of the public high schools in Carmel Valley rank in the top 10 in all of the state of California, which is very impressive. And I would like to mention that a lot of the schools, the facilities themselves are newer. The actual facilities physically are some built as recently as...
like 2 years ago.
Yes.
So the elementary school down the road here.
Yes, that was 2 years ago. And I mean, really state-of-the-art and just beautiful facilities.
Yeah.
And
all the schools here seem to be really well maintained, and people have been very happy with the schools here. We're outside Pacific Trails Middle School, and Canyon Crest Academy is just next door here. This one I think was built in 2015, I think, Pacific Trails.
Yes.
And Canyon Crest was built back in 2004-05 range.
Yes,
so,
that's right.
So very nice schools here in Carmel Valley. Okay, I just want to talk about the weather between 92130 and 92129. So the weather in Carmel Valley is usually going to be a little bit cooler than it is over in Rancho Peñasquitos. You're closer to the ocean, you get more of that marine layer that comes in, but you also get that marine layer, which also causes it to be a little cloudier, especially like starting this time of year, April, May, June time. And it usually burns off a little quicker when you're in the 92129.
That's right. You might be sitting in sunshine in PQ, and you drive just a little bit closer to the coast in Carmel Valley, and it's just totally socked in with the marine layer. So That is something to consider. I would say maybe a 5-degree difference in temperature.
Yeah, give or take. And then as far as air conditioning goes, you're gonna need a 92129. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. In 92130, the closer you get to the ocean, you may or may not need it. I would want it no matter what, probably. So would Courtney, probably.
Yeah.
But just know that it does get a little bit cooler as closer you get to the ocean. All right, let's talk about fitness options here in 92130. I'm out right outside the Bay Club, which I actually am a member of. This is probably the biggest gym they have in all of 92130. It has like 3 pools in it. It's got a cafe in it. It's one of the nicest gyms we have, probably in North County, San Diego. Other places they have in here, they have a Crunch Fitness, which is probably on the cheaper end of the scale of fitness clubs. They also have a lot of boutique fitness, like Cycle Bar. They have a bar class. They have an F45 here. So they probably have a few more options here than they do in Rancho Peñasquitos. All right, let's talk about shopping, dining, coffee options in 92130. What do you think?
Well, we're here at one of your favorite places, which is One Paseo.
It's my favorite shopping center all along 56 Freeway.
This is newer than anything that they have in
maybe that's
PQ.
why I like it. So.
Yeah.
They also have the Del Mar Highland Shopping Center. Carmel Valley in general just probably has better dining and food options than Rancho Peñasquitos. I have to go out and say that.
And a bunch of different options too. You do still have fast casual, but you also have some more upscale dining options so that you could do a date night or a special occasion, which is so nice.
Yeah, One Paseo in particular. You have North Italia, you have Nick's, you have south of Nick's, you have Steak 48, which just opened across the street, which is owned by Mastro's. So just a lot more options to choose from. And if you want casual with the family or date night with, like you said, for the adults, really good places to check out.
Yeah, and they still have your larger grocery stores. They have a Ralph's right across the street. They also have your Trader Joe's, your Sprouts, your Vaughn's Pavilions. Actually, it's Pavilions. So I definitely think you have options for grocery stores, but also the smaller grocery stores. Sure. And
they also have they're not as strip mall-ish as they are in Rancho Peñasquitos. I feel like strip mall, the ones in Rancho Peñasquitos are a little bit more strip mall-like.
Right.
Here they're a little bit more villagey, especially One Paseo and the Village of Pacific Highlands Ranch.
They've done a good job of making them feel more like a community center instead of just your run-of-the-mill strip mall.
Exactly. So I think that's probably the two big differences between the two areas.
Yeah. So we told you what the median home price was in PQ, and now we're here in Carmel Valley, 92130 zip code, and the median home price is $2.5 million. That makes a $1 million difference in home prices for single family homes, and we are only 2 miles down the road from PQ.
That's a 66% increase from being across,
wow,
just down the road from Rancho Peñasquitos. So everyone always asks, is Carmel Valley nicer than Rancho Peñasquitos? I wouldn't say one's nicer than the other. They're just different. They all have their different, pros and cons to it. It kind of just depends on what your price range is and like how close you want to be to the beach.
You're going to get great schools in either neighborhood. Carmel Valley, you definitely are closer to the beach. You're close to the 5 if that matters to you, work-wise or just travel-wise. You want to be closer to the 5. Carmel Valley would definitely be a great choice.
If you're looking to buy a condo or townhome in Carmel Valley, the median home price is just under $1.1 million. And the age of the homes over in Carmel Valley, most of the homes here were built in the 80s and 90s. If you're over at Pacific Highlands Ranch, which is the western end of Carmel Valley, those are ones that are usually built in probably in the last 10 to 15 years, give or take. All right, so that was our video comparing Rancho Peñasquitos versus Carmel Valley. Hopefully you guys found it helpful.
As you can see, they're both wonderful neighborhoods. They have lots of great amenities, really top-notch schools, and it's a wonderful location. In either neighborhood, you're pretty close to the beach and it's equidistant to downtown San Diego. The only difference here really is going to be the price point. So that's up to you, what you can afford or what you're interested in. Again, we are real estate agents in this area here. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, we'd love to help you out. If you'd like to set up a Zoom call to talk about either one of these neighborhoods, please let us know just down here
in the comments below. All right, thanks for watching and catch us next time. Bye.
Bye.